ESPN2. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. NFL playoffs set. NFC. Seattle 1, Chicago 2, Philly 3, Carolina 4, Rams 5, San Francisco 6, Smalls' Green Bay Packers 7. Now, that's the order after everything that happened. It could have been different, potentially. As the Philadelphia Eagles lost to the Washington Commanders, they gave up the potential opportunity to be in the second seed because of the fact that the Bears lost to the Lions. If they played their starters, maybe they beat the Commanders. They do lose 24-17. Nick Sirianni, head coach of the world champion Philadelphia Eagles, was asked about the Bears loss and if he regrets the Bears loss, meaning if they would have won, they could have been the 2 seed. Does he regret resting the starters?
No. Again, you go through your process. You make what you think is the best decision for the football team, and that's what we did. I knew this was an outcome that these things could happen. Like I said to you guys, one thing I could guarantee was giving them rest. I couldn't guarantee anything else. And us being healthy and going into the playoffs healthy is a big deal for us. And that's served us well in the past. And so, again, I know there'll be debate on that, but again, I have to do what I think is best for the football team moving forward, and that's what I did.
Smallsy, what's interesting about this is that everyone is asking this question because if they would have won, they quote unquote get your team.
Yeah, the Packers.
Meaning like you want to play the Packers. You know, the team that we went to Thursday Night Football week 2 of the season against the aforementioned Commanders, and we all left there saying, okay, this team's going to the Super Bowl. And now it's like, well, you got to play the Niners. That's not good. You could have played the Packers. Did the Eagles make a mistake?
I think they did. And I understand Nick Sirianni's thought process here. You want your guys to be as healthy as possible entering the playoffs. You also want to be in a more advantageous position with your opponent in the playoffs. And I am a Packers fan. That week 2 team that you referenced had Micah Parsons out on the field. The Packers are really banged up. They are not finishing the season strong. The Eagles have already beaten the Packers this year. And the 49ers seem to be a more formidable opponent. Now, if you have conviction in your team and you think it doesn't matter who the opponent is, we're going to go into the playoffs, we're the defending Super Bowl champions and handle our business, okay, great. Love that moxie. Love that confidence. But I wouldn't want to face a 49ers team who's mad about what happened to the Seahawks in that Seahawks game. Heading into that Seahawks game, the 49ers offense has scored at least 37 points in each of their previous 3 games. That offense knows how to put up numbers. And I just think the Packers seem like a less scary opponent than the 49ers, and knowing what with the division game with the Lions and the Bears that was on the table. If I was Nick Sirianni, I might have put my starters out there, gone for the 2 seed, and had that momentum with a win going into the playoffs.
I'm surprised to hear you say that as a Packers fan.
I know.
Remember, the Green Bay Packers played a meaningless game Week 18 last year. Christian Watson got hurt. They got smoked against the Philadelphia Eagles. So getting all of your guys to the dance healthy has got to be the number one priority. The other thing that's a little bit odd when you start talking about the comparison between the 2 teams that you're going to be facing, like it's hard to make an argument that the San Francisco 49ers are healthier than the Green Bay Packers would be. Like if you look at the San Francisco 49ers in that game on Saturday, Trent Williams was hurt, Juwan Jennings got hurt, D. Winters got hurt. Like you might as well call them the 48ers. They ain't bringing everybody to the game.
But they're hoping Pearsall and Williams will be back.
They're hoping, but that's a lot of hope. They've been dealing with injuries all season long, and they got pounded by the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday night. So much so that Troy Aikman throughout the broadcast was saying, man, it's going to be really hard for the loser of this game to turn around and have to play a wild card game because they emptied the bucket in terms of effort, in terms of physicality that they put out there on the field to try to get the number 1 overall seed. So, I hear what you're saying in terms of the resumes of the teams on paper, but by virtue of the circumstances, I think it's actually going to work out in Nick Sirianni's favor in terms of how he played it. Because this is going to be a diminished San Francisco 49ers team that's rolling into the Link this weekend.
I can't believe Eagles fans, Pat, Cam, on our team, and all over, care. Like, I literally can't believe you care who you play. You're champions. Act like it. What do you do? Like, you're worrying about the matchups?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, you're champ. As a Patriots fan, I never worried about that.
Okay, fan, cool. As a player, yes. I'm worried about the matchup. How many times
You're a champion,
How many
though.
times have I told you when we went on that championship run in 2011 that we were praying to God that we were on the other side of the bracket of the New Orleans Saints?
Yeah.
We were praying that the San Francisco 49ers would have the number 1 seed. Why? Because we played both of those teams in the regular season, and we got boat raced by the Saints, and we played a nail-biter in Candlestick Park against the 49ers. We knew we had a better chance of beating Jim Harbaugh's team in San Francisco than we did of beating Sean Payton's team down in the Superdome. And it ended up bearing itself out. So while you say that champions shouldn't worry about the matchup,
right.
you can beat whoever you play, players in that locker room, coaches in that building, worry about the matchup. Why? Because styles makes fights. And there are just certain teams that you match up better against than others. So, yes, you are concerned with the matchup. That being said, I don't view this San Francisco 49ers team as a team that's going to be able to go on the road and beat a team with championship DNA like the Philadelphia Eagles.
And the
but
Packers?
that has been my stance about San Francisco all season long.
Understood.
Yeah.
What about the Packers? If the Packers were to go to Philadelphia, you would have picked who?
I would have picked Philly.
Okay, so then but you're making my point. Separately, you're giving me the perspective on the champion and the matchup. Practically, the Philadelphia Eagles should beat either of these two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
That they hypothetically could have played. So, and I think that while Nick Sirianni can never utter those words out loud because that's insanely cocky and it's bulletin board. Guys, come on, I'm going to worry about this. We would beat either of these teams. Now, you may not. That's what he's telling you, is that I needed to give my guys a bye because we've played more football over the last 2 years than anyone, or will now because Kansas City's out. We will play more football than anyone. I needed to give them a bye. We didn't earn a bye, and I don't care about who we play first. That's what he's telling you. And that's what he should act like. You're champions, and you should not be scared of anyone because you beat Mahomes. No one, and I know this year's team is worse than last year's team. I get all of that. You beat Mahomes.
You didn't just
no
beat
one
him.
should scare you.
You crushed him.
So no one should scare you. Whether it's San Francisco coming in, and I love San Francisco. I didn't love their offense on Saturday night, obviously. Or Green Bay coming in, as depleted as could be, along with both teams are depleted. No one should scare you.
But
Not
it's not-
Seattle. Yes, Pat?
It's not just about who you're playing the first round. If you get the 2 seed, you're getting another home game if you win in that first round. That's why people are upset. They
Understood,
want the 2 seed.
but-
So
but
that's a
you're
difference between
assuming-
maybe.
You're assuming that Chicago is going to win.
Yeah, but if you're the 2 seed, it doesn't matter. Then you win, you get the
I understand,
home game
but
anyway.
what
This
I'm
could be a
telling
difference
you-
between road against Chicago or hosting the
Jalen Hurts
Panthers or
can't
Rams.
win on the road?
I'm saying he can. Would you rather have a home playoff game or a road playoff game?
I don't care.
Well, that seems
When
silly.
I'm champion, I don't care.
I feel like I won a home playoff game
I
two weeks in a row.
Especially in Philly.
I don't care.
That's a great
Obviously,
home
you'd
field
rather be
advantage.
at home. I understand that. But you're also then assuming that Chicago is going to beat Green Bay, which they better. That is the most untold part. They better beat Green Bay. The most untold part of this entire postseason.
They better.
Yeah, why?
Well.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You don't open up a press conference and say, I'm looking forward to playing Matt LaFleur and beating Matt LaFleur, and then get Matt LaFleur in the press conference and in the playoffs. You better win.
Well,
You better win.
Packers beat them once, and then the second time, no Micah, Jordan Love out of the game, and the Packers still almost won that
Well,
game.
the reason why Jordan Love was out is because they knocked his ass out of the
Correct.
game. So,
Correct.
yeah.
My point is this.
But I'm just saying, the Packers almost won that game without the 2 best players on the team.
I mean, are the Bears hoping that Jordan Love plays? I'm just with the way Malik
Don't you
Willis
dare.
ball. Are they hoping that Jordan? Are they hoping to see more of 10 this time around?
Malik Willis, he gets the job done.
I'm just asking.
My point is this. Philadelphia can beat anybody. Should be able to beat anyone. There's no guarantee that the 2 seed beats the 7 seed because of the nature of the matchup in Chicago and Green Bay.
Yeah, division rival.
Yeah.
Right?
This is the third
So,
time you're playing them.
If Green Bay all of a sudden knocks off Chicago, then Philly's going to play at home for the first 2 rounds until they get to the NFC title game if it's against Seattle. So you're all right. You're right. You're champs.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It was a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for Nick Sirianni. Because if you play all your guys and somebody gets hurt because you're chasing after the 2 seed and
there you
everybody's questioning, what the hell are you doing? You already had a home game in the bag.
That's right.
What are you doing? So, I mean, I do think it's going to end up working out for the Philadelphia Eagles, considering who their first round draw is.
One coach is already out as part of the coaching carousel that will began